Welcome everybody. This is the present moment. I invite you to become aware of the present moment, what surrounds you, and much more important, what is inside you. There is a certain power in the present moment which can only be entered and accessed when you are in alignment with the present moment, when you are aware of the deeper dimension within you that transcends the personality, with all its structures, and it goes beyond it, far beyond the personality. So the person does not dissolve, but is completed or empowered by a deeper power within once you become aware of the present moment. And every human on the planet has this dimension within him, herself. But many humans are not aware of it at all. They don't know who they are beyond their person, which consists of conditioning by the past. When you cannot go beyond your conditioning, you are trapped in your conditioning. And that's not a pleasant or fruitful life. Because every true contribution to this world comes from a deeper place of awareness and presence. All power, all true power comes from this deeper place within. I'm not talking about ego pseudo power above others. I'm talking about real empowerment of the person that comes from a deep place inside that is the universal consciousness. It's the one consciousness that expresses in many different forms. And one specific form is humanity, and even more specific form is you. And you are becoming aware now of the deeper oneness with all life. Stillness is another entry point it's a pointer. There's a saying in Buddhism, and I like the saying, the finger that shows the moon is not the moon, and in the same way are the pointers you can use to point to a dimension within yourself, not the dimension itself. They may be inspired words that come out of this dimension, but the dimension itself is beyond words and any concept you might come up, any human, any being in the universe could come up with. It's pure beingness, before any form, before any thing. And you as a human can be aligned with this power in your life, and to align yourself with this power, first becoming aware of it and then integrating it into your life and being aligned with it. That is the purpose of human evolution, consciousness. The purpose is to find a way, does not matter how, but to be aligned with this transcendent dimension, to have it throughout your life, not just in one little compartment of your life, which is better than nothing, but to have it all the time, or a lot of the time. Because their creativity comes from to deal with any kind of challenge that you might have in your life, or that humanity has as a collective the power to transcend or overcome these challenges, can only in a effective, sane way, can only come from this deeper dimension within. Only this. This is why Jesus said, truth will make you free. You will recognize the truth, and it will set you free. And he did not speak about some truth in a book. He did speak about the truth that is within yourself, this transcendent dimension, power, this presence, the unconditioned consciousness. We could say that is the unconditioned consciousness in everything we can perceive in this external world of form, is consciousness that has taken some form, so is some form of conditioned consciousness. But the conditioned consciousness, whatever form it takes, can be still connected with the unconditioned consciousness in its pure form. They both exist together, they both are together, and when otherwise the form, like humans did for, I don't know for how long, but for a while, they lost themselves in the dimension of form. So they took total identification with the form, not all of them, but many, and they created a lot of suffering in their own life and in the life of the collective human consciousness, the collective human experience, the catastrophes that we see, not the natural ones, the human-made, the wars and so on, the first half of the 20th century, and many things that happened before. They are manifestations of this dysfunction in the mind that is not to a mind that is not connected to this deeper dimension within. And freedom, sanity waits when you go beyond the mind, when you don't lose your mind. You lose your mind in a good sense. You still have your mind, but you're not trapped in your mind anymore. Because most people are trapped in their minds and in the emotions they create and the stories that they tell themselves, about others, about what happened, what might happen, what might not happen. So many stories people often carry around that are often unnecessary and useless. And as I said, dysfunctional creates suffering. And as I said, this can be transcended. This has to be transcended for humanity to evolve as a whole, in the individual and in the collective human consciousness. It's a realization who you are beyond your form, and then the form is self-aware, because the self and the person merge to a unity. And the self I call the deeper dimension within. This is God, a word highly misunderstood over a long period of time. So I'm not talking about some person, I'm talking about this deeper dimension within. And it frees you from totally unnecessary suffering that you otherwise create for yourself and for other people. So you become free of that, and then life flows with much more ease and enjoyment of the world, the forms around you. And you can also manifest and create when you are connected with this deeper consciousness within. You're actually much more better in creating than before. Then the mind is, because the mind is no longer dysfunctional, and true power can come through you. So That's it for today. Thank you for listening.